In my opinion, the reason for the forward-pointing chin is that it is a shield that when these comet strikes blocked out the sun and we had to use our head like never before for a situation we've never encountered before, we developed the big brain. Because this is not an isolated case 12,500, 800 years ago with younger dryas. It's been happening a lot. And it's been keeping the Earth cool since the extinction of the dinosaurs 160 million years ago in the Cretaceous period. That was a big one. But a lot of little ones following the big one, right, have impacted. And you see them all over the Earth. And the worst ones are the ones that air first, as in younger dryas. Now, that created a situation. That created baldness in man. It created baldness in man by reason that we get a vitamin D, which is also a hormone. Though, we needed a bigger brain. The bigger brain has trouble fitting through the S bend of the birth canal. We got wider hips, though that S bend's still there. We had to have an elongated neck, so the neck could swivel around and come out the birth canal. The problem there is then the umbilical cord can wrap around the neck and choke the infant to death. So, to prevent that, we developed the forward-facing chin. The forward-facing chin, if you put your finger on the point of your chin and drop it to your neck, right, it's a shield. It's a shield against the umbilical cord wrapping around your neck and choking us or me to death. That's why the forward-facing chin is there. It's a shield. Because you have a look at it. Look, why would you have that forward-facing chin? Everyone knows, you get knocked on the chin, it can knock you out. So why would you have it? Well, it's there so you do live through the birth. Through your own birth. That you're not choked with your own umbilical cord. It's a shield. Drop it down to your neck, to your chest. It's a shield. Look at it. Shield against choking. And you see, even in UFC, right? They get that rear naked choke. What do? They drop their chin down so they can't be choked. They face their chin into the direction of the choke so they can't be choked. It's a shield. It's working there even in modern times for martial art combatants. So why wouldn't it work for us in birth against the umbilical cord? Now, where do we quickly get that forward-facing chin from? We quickly get it from the lungfish that we are, that we were, that I was. It's a lungfish thing, right? That forward underbite, and you see it. There is such a thing. I don't know what they call it. They say overbite, underbite. They say high pH for low pH. They got all these things mixed up back to front, these scientists. Why not call underbite because it's under, and overbite over because it's over? You know what I mean? Why not call high acidity high pH and alkaline acidity low pH? It wouldn't confuse us so much. So we may attain their lofty levels of greatness and acknowledge that there was a younger dryas 12,500 years ago, and that's cyclic by reason of the magnetic field that oddly points at 24 degrees as it rotates every 25,000 years, sucking in different areas of these highly metallic near-Earth objects. If you want to have plot that into your graphs and figures. But anyway, so is not ancient. I have discovered that PKU and hair lip operate off the one gene, the same gene. And they certainly do. And it's by reason it's not ancient. It is ancient genetics, but it's not an ancient device. of that genetics. It's drawn from there because it quickly gave us the ability to resist getting choked by our own umbilical cord. Just like you see a chicken, it's like a dinosaur in the egg. It's got a tail, in fact, as a dinosaur. It looks like a raptor. So why no different for us? We may come out with a hair lip and underbite jaw looking like a lungfish. The lungfish that we were and that we was. Right? Now we got our shield, our forward-facing jaw. Now some people are born with a hair lip, but I see that hair lip. You have a look at people with that hair lip. They are on the money more than anyone else. Because in my opinion, those lungfish had to survive a calamity. They were just ready to get out of the thing. You see some people have webbed feet and short, I call it over square, the short legs and long arms. And then you have a look at Albert Einstein. Have a look at Albert Einstein. What did he do? He's playing the violin. It's like his hands are fins. The fins in the low water level and low oxygen, and he's fanning his gills because he's coming out of the water because he's that smart. And when you look at someone playing a violin, it's like they're fanning their gills, right? The gills are the ears, and what they're fanning is oxygen to the brain. Music is oxygen to the brain. Because that's what it was when we were stepping onto land. We had short little back fins and webbing still in our feet. And we had little clawing hands. Though, because we were neither really gills or lungs, we had to fan them gills still with our front remaining flipper to send oxygen to our brain. Now our gills are our ears, we like the same. Strumming on that old banjo to put the sound now into our brain. Because it's a good feeling. Feels good to love you, and I love you like no other. Now, right, there's that. Einstein smoked a pipe. Made him feel good too. Because in my opinion, these smart little lungfish, in areas where it was over with debris, and they couldn't breathe, or they lost the ability to breathe the oxygen well, and they couldn't swim to the surface, them smart little buggers stayed in close to shore, in the high tides that they were, and snapped the reeds off and breathed through those reeds like a pipe, and stuck it to the surface to suck in the oxygen. This is what I believe the overbite is for. And they developed that overbite because it's just easier to hold the reed for prolonged periods like that. They just sit on the bottom, like a snorkel. You notice we use snorkels? And that's what I reckon they do. They're that smart, that's what they do. And then they progress on land from that. And it's still in us today. We all like smoking, right? We all like them pipes. Smart people like to do that. You see them smoking cigars. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger is out there smoking a cigar, as healthy as he is and knowledgeable on health. This is how it is. Because we're only all lungfish. It's a lungfish that we were, that we was, and that I am.